Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Between Horizons. And in the last episode, guys, Stella had to come to a very uncomfortable truth that her father was actually responsible for accusing a man of a crime he did not commit. William had something to do with the punishment and conviction of Orland for trying to set a bomb when it was actually the fertilizer was supplied by William himself. Now, we were able to confess this to Orland and fess up to Dad's crime, and he's kind of helping us, at least somewhat. Now, we went ahead and talked to Yaha. Right now, we're trying to verify Joseph's alibi, so we are hunting for Farid, an engineer who works in the network area, residence R4B. Let's go ahead and just double check all of these areas to make sure. We talked to him before. Actually, maybe he knows. Wait a second. Sorry, don't know. Yeah, this is his normal location. And I already checked that node. That leads... Is that the maintenance room? Wait, where am I? What have I been doing with myself? And we're back up here. Makes you think, though. Access from this area up to the top was very fast. I believe this is where we ran into Farid the first time. The only thing I can think of is checking the residential areas. And maybe... Oh! Navigators Noelia, Engineer Eric. What are the two of you doing down here? Hey, Chief. Just trying to get to the bottom of a problem with the navigation. The system isn't letting us do things we should be able to do. Why are you fixing it here? We hit a wall attempting to fix it up in the navigation room, so now we're trying something more fundamental down here. Quite complicated to explain. It's a shot in the dark, honestly. Well, fingers crossed. Nothing. That's kind of curious. Let's check the A node. Kind of want to ask them what exactly they were doing. Orland's conviction, fertilizer, the farm. Well, I guess there isn't really all that much we can ask. Try the network hub. There you are. I have a question for you, if I may. What were you doing when the power outage occurred? I was in the residential area, Chief, celebrating Arrival Day. Do you remember who you were with? Well, I was chatting with Navigator Joseph and Dr. Yaha at the bar. We'd been there for a while before the lights went out. Thank you. Sure thing, Chief. So... Engineer Farid corroborates Navigator Joseph's alibi for the time of the hack, and Dr. Yaha corroborates Navigator Joseph's alibi for the time of the attack. So Joseph's pretty much clear unless they're all working together. Broken PDA. I knew he'd be down here. We just had to hunt down all the things. Can we ask? We mean to go back and to Joseph and let him know that all is well. Alright. Well, we can certainly do that. We'll fast travel. Actually, I think probably would have been... No, it's fine. I think we're missing something big here, guys. I just can't put my finger on what it is exactly. But the fact that I can't go talk to those those navigators was something. Okay, you have nothing to say about that right now. What are we even doing in terms of our cases? Orland is certain the hacker is the man. Talk to Navigator Orland and tell him the truth. Yep, which we did. Talk to sergeants at the security office. Ah, okay. Well, that may be... That might be what we need to do. I love a game that has all the clues that you need right there in an easy to find place. Sorry if you hear me sniffing, by the way, guys. Got completely just thrashed by allergies this past weekend. It's that time of year. Sergeants, Captain Talia said you would clue me in on our next steps. Yes, Chief. You suspected the paper was being stolen from the activities room at the museum. So we had Engineer Isaac survey the recycler specifically. This morning he informed us that an unusually large amount of paper was recycled at the museum's break room. We suspect that whoever kept stealing paper over the last few weeks got cold feet and dumped it all. Interesting. Do we have the exact time of this happening? Precisely 11:13 hours this morning. It should be noted that the break room is only accessible to museum staff. It connects the museum hall and the activities room. To prevent the public from barging through, the room has keycard scanners installed on both sides. You have clearance, so the doors will open for you without a card, and there won't be new entries in the log when you pass through. There are no signs of a break-in, and the museum is closed anyway as they're assessing the damage. The entrance to the activity room already broke during the power outage, and we're positive that nobody's used it since. So you're saying that the person who recycled the paper this morning must be... well, Devrin, Baptiste, or Ocean. They're all at the museum now. We told them that you'll come over to ask some questions. Just get to an overview of the situation at the museum. I'm not sure if they bought it. Doesn't historian Mikio technically have access too? He should, but you know him. He hasn't shown up for work in a long time. So his access was actually revoked a while ago. Good work. I'll go and have a look around. That is something. So... we have... who are our people here? Cases... paper trail. Who did the thing? We've recycled the paper. Let's look at the comms. Devrin, Baptiste, or Ocean? Devrin... Devrin's daughter. She'll one day take over his position as director of the Earth Museum and the activities room. Well, here, let's go. Let's question our suspects. That's something. Also, I wanted to double... oh. We good in here? Yes, we are. I wanted to double check the hospital wing. Just because we haven't been there in a bit. Here. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. So it looks like we actually cannot travel to this one area. It's still blocked off for us, unfortunately. Okay, residential area, which we can go through. Anyone else? Nope. Locked down here. I was just hoping that it would actually be available to us. And we already been to the farm. We saw that, how that tragic story unfolded. Okay. So back to the museum here. To the Art Institute. Wait, where's the activities room? We got the sky bar. Well, here, let's do this. That's the Art Institute with access to Inner Hull B. Which I still think is quite interesting. Still can't go to the gym yet. Oh. Hey, Chief.
Engineer Antonio. Glad to see you in good health.
Engineer's largely okay. Probably because most of us were wearing helmets during the incident.
That's good to hear. We really need you to keep this ship together right now.
Indeed you do.
Listen. Do you remember when exactly Devrin joined you here?
Well, actually, he was already standing right there when I arrived.
And when did you arrive here to fix the door?
Well, I can tell you precisely. Let me check my records. I came here at 11:15.
That's all. Thank you. Keep up the good work.
He's like, will do. And we can't go through that door. But we can now go into the activities room and see what that's all about. Again. Baptiste.
Historian Baptiste.
Chief.
How are you holding up?
Terrible. I'm sifting through the wreckage of irreparable Earth artifacts here.
I'm sorry, but I need to ask you a few questions.
Ask away, Chief.
What have Ocean and Devrin been up to today?
I didn't pay close attention. They arrived a little later than me and left for the break room at some point. I suppose they spent most of their day in the activities room since I didn't see them here.
Did you see someone put something into the recycler in the break room?
No.
Thank you. And what did you do today?
I arrived at 10:45 like I do every day. I went for a quick coffee in the break room and returned here to continue salvaging the exhibits.
Do you remember when you went to the break room?
No, I'm afraid not. I was back here by the time Devrin arrived. We all have to use the entrance over there because the door at the activities room entrance is broken.
Thank you. That's all.
Alright, ooh. Ah, the break room. Damn, that's good coffee. Case, oh, the break room recycler. Okay. Definitely need to, actually, let's go ahead and look at that right now. Earlier today, a large amount of paper was put in this recycler by one of the 3 museum employees present. But that should go ahead and update just how much, right? Where did we find that before? Oh, I guess we had to look up the records, didn't we? Okay, well.
Stella, hi. Hey, Ocean. How are you? I had better days for sure, but I guess I shouldn't complain. Still in much better shape than this whole place. And you? I think many of us are waiting for a statement of the crew. We still don't know what exactly has happened. Well, we're still trying to figure that out. I hope we'll have some answers soon. I see. So what are you doing here? I'd like to ask you a few questions. Sure. What have Devrin and Baptiste been up to today? Well, Baptiste spent most of his time in the museum, I think. Dad was in the break room with me and then joined me here. Did you see someone put something into the recycler? No. And what did you do today? Well, I arrived here sometime before 11 and joined Dad in the break room for a coffee. Then I came to the activities room to help take inventory. Did you leave this room again at any point? No, I stayed here the whole time. Through which door did you enter the building today? The entrance to the activities room is busted, so we all came in through the museum hall.
Oh, whoops, wrong word. Wrong voice.
The entrance to the activities room is busted, so we all came in through the museum hall. That's all.
We're gonna have to cross-reference all the things.
Caretaker Devrin.
Chief, good to see you.
How you holding up?
The incident was a disaster for the museum, to be honest. Many exhibits have been destroyed.
Can't exactly manufacture replacements for artifacts from Earth. Can I ask you a few questions?
Anytime, Chief.
What have Ocean and Baptiste been up to today?
Well, Baptiste was already here when I arrived. Ocean joined me in the break room while I was having a coffee. She went to the activities room before me, and I followed her soon after.
Did you leave the activities room again?
No, I stayed here the whole time.
And Ocean?
I was talking to Tonio, so I didn't pay attention.
Did you see someone put something into the recycler?
No.
And what did you do today?
Well, I arrived sometime before 11 and had coffee in the break room shortly after. Ocean joined me in the break room a few minutes later. Then I went to the activities room. We're still assessing the damage in here. The only thing we can really hope to repair in here is the door over there. Engineer Tonio is already working on it from the other side. G'day, Chief. Come around outside if you want to have a chat.
Engineer Tonio. So it's safe to assume that nobody used that door today?
Yes, we all came in through the museum.
When did Tonio come here?
I don't remember the exact time, to be honest. But he actually wasn't in here at all. Got straight to work on that door from the other side. Okay. Let's go ahead and look at the evidence here. Devrin arrived at the Earth Museum sometime before 11. He and Ocean had coffee in the break room, and he went to the activities room after Ocean. At one point, he started talking to Engineer Tonio. Ocean arrived at the Earth Museum sometime before 11. She had coffee in the break room and then went to the activities room. But one thing that I believe that her dad said is that he got there before 11 and then she joined him. So Baptiste arrived at 10:45. He had coffee in the break room and returned to the exhibition space before Devrin arrived. Well, there's also Baptiste to consider as well. All right, I need to look at some communications here. Look at those that orange text. Baptiste was already there. So that kind of checks in his story. Actually, let's look at Baptiste's first. Okay, arrived at 10:45. They arrived a little later than me and left for the break room, most of their day in the activities room. Arrived at 10:45, went in for a quick coffee in the break room, back by the time Devrin arrived. All right. In the museum, that's where Baptiste spent, yes indeed. Dad was in the break room with me and then joined me here. Arrived here sometime before 11, and joined Dad in the break room for a coffee. Came into the activities room to help take inventory. Came in through the museum hall. Devrin. Ocean joined me in the break room a few minutes later. Dad was in the break room. There is some time there, and I see how Devrin has a few minutes later. That's enough to try and recycle. What about Tonio? What did he say? Devrin was already standing right there when you arrived at 11:15. Okay. So if we look, it was all in the activities room. Resource paper. Yeah, that's completely... Can we go back to the recycling room and get some notes on this? Actually, I want to check and find that out real quick. I have an idea, but I want to confirm some information beforehand. So, one sec. Alright, so I went to check and see if I could update the recycler information, but we already had that information from Aldrich here. And I think we have this, guys. So precisely 11:13 this morning was when the paper was dumped, okay? So Tonio's testimony says that Devrin was there ready for him at 11:15. So Devrin doesn't have enough time to actually do all of that and then meet Antonio all the way across in time. That's just not happening. So that leads Ocean and Baptiste. And Baptiste, his testimony is pretty much the same. It checks out. The one thing that's getting me is, let's see here. Arrived here sometime before 11 and joined Dad in the break room for a coffee. Everything's good there, except Devrin said that Ocean joined me in the break room a few minutes later. There's that little discrepancy that we noticed before, and I think Ocean is actually going to be who we accuse. It seems to make the most sense to me. So let's head over here. Maybe you have to be in the room when it goes down. I'm sure Devrin's going to love this. Alright, cases. Who put the paper into the recycler? Out of our suspects, that would be... Where you at? Hey. Do I just not see you? Oh, there you are. Yes. Chief, I received your submission. Reviewing it now. Your conclusion makes sense to me. You should confront Ocean now. The situation is very volatile, and we shouldn't waste any time bringing her to the brig.
Copy that. Assistant Caretaker Ocean, I need to ask you to come with me. What? Why? We have some questions that we'd rather ask in private. Are you arresting me? If you won't come along with me voluntarily, yes. Sounds like you need to brush up on the word voluntary.
What's going on here?
I need to take Ocean in for questioning.
Is this about the...
Shush, Dad.
Listen, Chief, I stole the paper. I swear.
Did you now? For what purpose?
I'm... not telling you.
It wasn't him. I took the paper for the recruitment letters. My stash was blown open in the accident, and Dad saw it. I didn't tell him what the paper was for, and he didn't press me on it. But he urged me to return it all, so that's what I did this morning.
Recruitment?
Let's go, Ocean. Follow me to the brig.
New message from Bodo. We brought the girl to the brig. I'll have a chat with her shortly. Expect results soon. Bodo, don't you get too heavy-handed there. So I guess we made the right call. She did fess up to it, and those few minutes was all she needed. I kind of want to check the other rooms here before we go do this. It does seem like... Oh, Liana?
Liana, is Kimi okay? I think he broke his leg during the outage, or at the very least sprained his ankle. That's why I was at the hospital to ask for painkillers. Thank you so much for siding with me. I understand it's a selfish wish and there are people who might need the medicine more. But that's just not the way I can see it right now. You understand that, right? I get it. I feel the same way. I hope he feels better soon. Thank you. I'll take him to the hospital as soon as things have settled down a little bit.
We are all for the critters here on this boat. Alright. Let's head up here. I'm sure the doctor is less than enthused about what we did, but... And no one in classes. School's out for the summer. Check the coffee bar. So, let's take a bit of a look here. So we've got this area we can't go into yet. Also, we've got Asher's bunk. I don't think we've really had to deal with Navigator Asher at all yet, so that's kind of interesting. And that is the only thing that I am seeing that, yeah, we're pretty good shape, all things considered. Alright, let's go head to the brig. Talk to Ocean and figure out what the heck is going on here. By the way, having a brig very close to mass transit, not the smartest call, I would think. Alright, report to Captain Talia. Sting operation at the Earth Museum. Return to the bunk. Engineers Eric and... oh, there's Asher. I guess we do need to talk to Asher, don't we? Let's go have a chat then. It's kind of all over the place, isn't it? Okay, these are not the bunks. Got all of this right over here. Alright, much better. Any sedition? Lovely. Just want to keep the ship happy. Rose is up there. Which means... okay, yeah, that's Rose's bunk down here. Oh, we can go in here now.
Oh, Chief, what are you doing here? A case leads me here. I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. I'm very tired, Chief. I was just about to go to bed. Had a pretty exhausting shift, I imagine. Very much so, but that's not it. I'm sick, Chief. I've been having to take it slow for a while now. I'm sorry to hear that. Can I ask what the diagnosis is? There isn't really a name for it because it was never a thing back on Earth. The docs have dubbed it interstellar dystrophy. Some people are hypersensitive to the living conditions out here. Seems to be genetic. You know, cosmic radiation, electromagnetic fields, recycled air, artificial gravity.
It all works together to make you weak and tired and eventually kill you one way or another. Only way to find out if it affects you is to try living in space, and I was unlucky. Eric's kid seems to have the same problem. Such a shame to be so sick at that age.
I heard about it. Never knew the two of you had the same affliction. Do you mind if I ask you something?
Go ahead.
You're one of the two engineers who had access to the navigation room, correct?
Correct?
Were you there around the time of the power outage?
No, I was resting here in my bunk. Like I said, I've been taking it slow.
Was anybody here with you?
No, I was alone all day.
Have you been to the navigation room since the incident?
Yeah, I headed there a while after the lights came back on. I helped with getting back into the system for as long as I could, but I got too tired after a while.
Thank you. You get some rest. I hope you feel better soon.
Thank you, Chief. Don't want to have him, like, anything bad happen, then he becomes a liability in addition to everything else that goes on. Alright guys, well, we were able to figure out where the paper went, and now we need to figure out the next part. I guess we have one more person to contact. No one really, I mean, a sickly man closing in on retirement. We'll have to go find the other engineer and just see what happens. So, we will go ahead and pick up the case in the next episode. Hope you all have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. I will see you next time. Later days, everyone.